This is tutorial number 12 in our series, and we are at Colossal City, and we have a few new things. Floating cafe is now available, and so we'll put one on that lake, I think, and a few other things that we may or may not use. So we have population now of about 44,000, and let's see what our grid looks like here, the tiles. We have some more that we could buy. I think I want to get around this lake here, so I'll either go up here or over here. I think we'll just start in the left corner and we'll continue up around this way as we go. That is going to cost 16,600. It has some farming resources and some forestry and a little bit of other things, but we'll go ahead and buy that. And as soon as we can, we'll buy these next two tiles, which will put us up to 9. That's probably as far as we'll go in this tutorial series. Alright, let's see what we can do. When we left the last tutorial, we had just zoned this area for residential, and we do have one metro station in here, underground metro. And we have walkways throughout the area so that citizens can get to that metro. Also over here we have a passenger train station, and so they can also opt to take the train and go to neighboring cities. At this point we don't have a loop in the city for the train, so all it can do is go outside the city. And also I just noticed, since we're up close here, we have probably power lines that we can get rid of. But they just kind of get in the way, so we'll do that. We want to keep this one because it's powering that area there. Alright, let's take a look at other things. Have a little bit of abandonment down here is not good. Why are they abandoned? I'm not sure. Let's see if we can see what's been causing that. Look at the electrical grid. Electric is good. There's plenty of electricity and it's all connected. How about water? It's not a water situation, is it? Oh, water availability is a little low. Although it's funny, usually when you see these abandoned buildings, it's because you'll see some others that are saying, hey, I need water, I need water. Not sure why those all abandoned, but we will have to delete some, and we need to add some water. So while we're paused here on the simulation, let's go ahead and, yeah, we need to add some water pumping stations. I think we'll put them at the topmost area where the water's flowing into the city up here. Let's do 2, maybe even 3. We have enough money. I'm going to connect those. Run the simulation for a second and check our water status. It's nice and high. Sewage treatment's just about to go into the yellow, so let's go ahead and deal with that while we're here. Go all the way downstream, and as you may recall in the last tutorial where we started replacing these messy polluting output, sewage output things, what do they call them? They call them water drain pipes. We've been replacing those now with our eco water treatment plants, so let's do that. We'll just blow away a couple of these. Pause the simulation while we do this. Yeah, we'll destroy that. Destroy that. Let's get rid of all of them. We have the money now, I believe, to be able to do this. And a couple of eco water treatment plants. Might have to change our piping a little bit. Zoom in here. Yeah, let's delete this piece of pipe, this piece of pipe. I don't think that was connected correctly. It could get confusing when you delete facilities and then put in different ones. Alright, so we'll run the simulation and see how our sewage treatment is looking up here. Okay, we need one more now. It's now in the red, so I paused the simulation again. This one is an older water treatment that does pollute some. So I'd like to just get rid of all these polluting plants. We still have $100,000 in the bank, so yeah, let's do it. Bite the bullet here and put in at least one more, and then we'll check our capacities. Pipe. Too short. There it goes. Okay, run for just a second and then take a look. Still in, oh, there it went back into the yellow. So because the capacities vary on these things, that's why it hasn't just replaced one-on-one. But now we have 5 plants that are not polluting at all. We need one more, so let's put it in. Right there. Run. Now we're back up in the green. We'll be adding a few more here pretty soon. Alright. So I still don't know why all these buildings have abandoned, but let's go ahead and delete them, and we'll stop the simulation while we do it. So up in here, it could be that we have some abandoning because we don't have enough educated workers, and I think we need to make sure our education is up to par. You know, we need more elementary schools and more high schools, and we could use another university. We don't have many libraries, but I don't think that's what's affecting this. Let's go ahead and put in another elementary school around here somewhere. There is one there. There's one there. Okay, let's look around. We've got several schools here, so it could be, we'll put one here. It could be this area over here that is complaining. I believe that is, yeah, that is all zoned for residential. So let's put an elementary school in this area. I guess I didn't do that. So I still don't know why all these buildings have abandoned, but let's go ahead and delete them, and we'll stop the simulation while we do it. So up in here, it could be that we have some abandoning because we don't have enough educated workers, and I think we need to make sure our education is up to par. You know, we need more elementary schools and more high schools, and we could use another university. We don't have many libraries, but I don't think that's what's affecting this. Let's go ahead and put in another elementary school around here somewhere. There is one there. There's one there. Okay, let's look around. We've got several schools here, so it could be, we'll put one here. It could be this area over here that is complaining. Let's run the simulation and check it. Okay, it's back in the yellow, so we still could use a few more. We have an issue down here that I didn't notice. It's a full landfill. I don't really like the landfill there. We need to get it emptied though, so in order to do that, I'm going to want a incineration plant right by it to make it easy for it to empty. Tell it to start emptying, and then pretty soon we can build this area up with some more residential, I think is what we'll do. Alright, now I think I better add a high school, but that is down in the red, so make sure we have the high school selected. And I think we'll go somewhere where they can get around fairly easily. Might want to put a walking path across somewhere here to help them get around. Yeah, I think we'll connect this to this path. We have nice walking paths in this neighborhood, but I want to connect the high school directly to one of those. Freeform tool. Going in between the zoning areas, so not wasting any space. Alright, run the simulation again. Let's check our education again. Now the high school's in the yellow, the elementary's just in the green, university's just in the green. And something we haven't added yet is a community school, which I believe is like what we would call, in my state, we would call that a charter school. I think I'll put one right over here, next to the walkway, so it's easy to get to. And one more look at the education budget, or the education status. I think we better do one more high school somewhere. And hopefully the lack of educated workers situation will resolve itself. It's not a serious problem, so let's just continue. We've got some more demand now for commercial, so we need to get some more commercial zones in. Do we have some in here? We have a little bit. We might want to add some. Since we haven't had a lot of demand for more industry, maybe we'll make this all commercial area right in here. It should start filling in shortly. I think I might put an intersection over to this right in here. And power. It's just not powered because it's not connected to the grid. Okay, so we do have citizens complaining up here about not getting their garbage picked up, and it's probably a combination of things. We don't have enough processing status, but also I'm not sure we have a good enough connection to this area. So let's think about this. We're going to have this tile around the lake. It'd probably be a good idea to connect our interstate or our highway system around the lake also. So let's just do the three-way intersection. We are going to have to delete some interstate before it will connect, or some of the highway, I mean. So let's do that. So if I hold down Shift, I can get the angle just how I want it and put it right there. Now we want to go out this direction, and our railroad track is kind of in the way, but that's not a big deal. We're just going to put it underground for a ways. So let's delete some. Get our track tool. Train tracks. Don't confuse with metro tracks. Page down. Now let's get some highway built out this way. I'm going to let the simulation run again because I'm using up a lot of cache here, and I'd like it to build up while I'm doing this. So highway or highway with sound barrier. Let's just do highway from here. And you have to do one lane or one segment like this at a time. You can't do both directions at once as far as I know. Right out to our borders of our tile at this point. Planning for the future. Now we have to go the other direction. So as you may recall, you start from here and it will make the traffic flow that way. There are other people on YouTube that know how to make this really neat. I don't care. It'll get us there. Okay, so our freeway is connected all the way around and then goes to the edge of our tile. We're building up money as we speak, so that's a good thing. Let's see if we have any issues going on while I was letting it run. These houses rebuilt themselves, so that's a good thing. Not sure why it went south there for a bit. We just don't have any demand for this low density residential over in this area apparently. And let's look at the pathways from our metro stations and see if we want to add any more metro stations at this point. This one, it would be nice if they could get over to this street without too much hassle, because there's not a connector for quite a ways. It's a long walk just to get from this subway over to these houses or apartment buildings. So yeah, let's deal with that. We're going to sacrifice one of these buildings, probably this one right here. Now we'll give them a way to cross that street. Let's let this run for a second. I'll bet we'll see people, yes, immediately using that. Look at all those people coming in. They're flocking into that station. Lots waiting here for the train. So it's probably a good idea now, as I'm thinking about this, to make another route, because right now, if you notice, go back down there, you can only go, the trains only go this direction. So this would be a clockwise direction. Let's do a counterclockwise subway route. So the way you do that is select the tool, select the route tool. Oh, the other thing I didn't mention is this line is now green. Let's change that color so they kind of stand out. This is bus. This is metro. Just click on the color icon and change it. So we'll make this like almost a red color. That works fine. Now let's make a new route. Go the other direction. That's good for now. Let's run the simulation. We're up to $400,000 in the bank. That's a good thing, and we have 50,000 population. So we are growing. So we have enough to go ahead and continue a subway line out in here. So let's do that. It'll be another route. So let's decide where to put the stations first. That's really the right way to do it, I think. I don't always do it like that. I got myself kind of sidetracked there because I was trying to deal with this trash situation up here. So let's fix this situation if we can first before I proceed with those subways. And I think what we need to do is add some 4-lane road. Let's use one with trees and make a junction right here that will connect up to this road. Now what we need is to get from this freeway, this highway, down to this road. So now there is the highway, and there's a way to get over to this area for them to empty the trash. Now we need to add some more garbage processing capacity. Okay, we're well up into green now, so there will be a lot of garbage trucks leaving from here. Let's see, are they getting? Yeah, they're getting a bottleneck at this this spot. Let's take this road and connect it up. We'll get this back on the interstate now, the highway system. Alright, we already see there's garbage trucks using it. We'll follow along one. Well, our city does have some issues. We've got some pretty heavy traffic in areas and things, but before we deal with that, I'd like to do something a little more fun. And that would be to get some citizens out here able to walk on this quay, because it's a very nice place to walk. So in order to do that, they need to get over this, or they need to come above this ground here. So let's start trying that. We're going to have to blow away one building here so that we can get, this is a good spot where this intersection is to come out. So let's go from here to there, and then, yeah, you see there's now kind of a hole there, so I don't like that. And a tool that I haven't shown use of yet is landscape tool. So let's take a look at that. There's a couple of options. You can shift the terrain up, down, you can level it out, and you can soften the terrain or slope the terrain. I usually haven't used the soften terrain, but I've used this level tool, which is kind of nice. Let's see if we can make that work. So the way it works is you want to select which size area to do. I'm going to right click on this and then try to level this terrain out in here. See how that did? Okay, so now I can put that path out here, and then we have to get it down this slope here. So I'll show you what I do here. I'll go out a little ways, and then I'll say page up, and it makes a little bridge, and it's pretty level, so they shouldn't have any trouble walking on that. They're amazing what they can actually walk on. But I'll connect this down here. And now they have a way to get from this area down to the quay. Now, if they're going to go for a walk, they need to have a place to go down and a place to go back up. So we need to do that in several places. Here I'm going to go underground, so we'll just loop it around. Now I can't go underground right there because of the station. They'll have to cross the street and then get on it. So we'll start here, page up, go that way. And then let's go overground instead. Page up, page up. Page down. So I built a little area in here, put some roads in, and put a 4-lane overpass over the freeway, and I also added some sound barriers on this highway. So as it builds up with residential or whatever, then it'll help the noise pollution. And so we're ready to continue some development. It wants more commercial at this point, so let's do that. We have no electricity up here, so we need to fix that situation right now. We'll run our simulation, see if this clears up. Yes, okay, we're good. All happy electrified. And high demand for industrial or office, so I think let's make this area, pause it again, we'll make this another IT cluster. And so to do that, we want to add a few amenities. We'll make this a district. And select the IT cluster. And then zone it office. One more thing before I continue the simulation. I want to add a metro station in here. I actually had some here that I started to add earlier and forgot to ever connect the tracks. So let's do that too. We want to come off of this, so it'd be nice if they can transfer from one of these stations into these stations, or just take a continuing train or metro over this way. We have this above ground station up here, so I'd like to come up above ground and connect into that. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, so we have made a loop. So let's look at our, we will make a new line. Complete line. So we've got that line. Now we still have some loose ends up in here, I believe. Yeah, we need to connect these. You notice I have a station right here. And so this can be a transfer station into this loop. Let's go ahead and change the colors of some of these. We've got too many green ones going. So all that metro work was in preparation for this IT cluster. So before we hit and run on this simulation, let's connect a few paths. Now we're ready to run and watch this fill up with IT. We've spent quite a bit of money. We had over $1 million, now we're back down to 588,000. But that's building up at the level of 23,000 a week, so we're not bad condition here. IT cluster is filling, population's increasing, and we hit Metropolis. Yay! Okay. Our next tutorial will reach our goal of Megalopolis. Yes.
Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust.